Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late March 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Saggies. My guides, talk to me. I hope you're all doing well. Let's get it going. Talk to me about the Sagittarius collective here in late March. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's go, my guides. Talk to me about Saggy, please. Nice and quick. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so this is a big card of strategy. There's also energies of like liberation. There could be something you're like, hopefully you're not having cabin fever, or there's something you want to liberate yourself from here. Could be a lot of things. There's a lot going on with that card. So before we pull back the layers on that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look at this. So we see this woman. She is next to a bird cage. There's like butterflies and all sorts of imagery. There's an orange cat here. There's a chessboard. So for a lot of times when I see this card, the first thing I think is strategy and planning. A lot of you might need to put some sort of plan in place. You could be thinking about the future, like I need to do this, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. There's a lot of planning for the future with this card. But it also gives me a cabin fevery type of energy too, especially with the cage, especially since there's so much symbolism and clutter in this card. So watch out that you're not feeling like backed against the wall or like just feeling cornered in some sort of way. I'm initially getting that energy right here. So the cabin fever is showing up strongly in this week's spread. We're going to put her down. Maybe some of you have an orange cat, right? Let's just put her down and see what's going on. Let's get into tarot. And with that first card, it never makes or breaks the reading. It's just a footnote. But yeah, let's get these first three out here. Shuffle it up one time for Saggy, please. Interesting. So, last week's reading, there were some challenges, right? It was titled A Karmic Ending. And there were several areas within last week's reading. Now, you know energy always changes, but I was seeing karmic cards and cards of cycles closing. So for a big portion of the Saggy collective, there could be a big area of your life that's moving out. There could be new things moving in. There's a lot of change and metamorphosis. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. Energy's always moving. It's always changing. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your energy or somebody you're linked to. Let's get you three. What do we got for my Saggies, please? Hopefully it's a little more optimistic than the past couple of weeks. It's all good. All right. A lot of mental action showing up here. We have the Four of Cups in position number 1, but another card came out right with it. And it's already an interesting mix. We got the Ace of Swords too. So these are both mental cards, mind-based cards, but totally different, softer, a little harsher. We'll talk about it. Let's get one more. I've been seeing a big mental energy in the fire signs this week, so you guys wouldn't be the only one. And we do have this withdrawn type of energy with the Hermit right here on the back. Okay, Saggy. Let's go through this, because there seems to be a lot going on. I'll go through, give you the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff. So right here, at first glance, when I look at it, very strong energy, specifically on the back end. The two mental, mind-based energies with the Four of Cups, Ace of Swords. Even though they're different suits, they're both of the mind. And the Hermit, withdrawn, possibly thinking. So there's a lot of contemplating, a lot of thought, a lot of thinking. One by one, though, the Four of Cups. You see this person, they're sitting next to the tree. There could be something you're taking a break from purposely, or taking a rest, a little reprieve, feeling a little bit better. But notice that this person's not grabbing that cup that the universe is offering to them. I always say this could be you thinking about somebody, or somebody thinking about you, or just that strong mental action. The clarifier will really tell us the tale. You could be daydreaming more, thinking up ideas and stuff like that. And the same goes for the next card as well. But this could be somebody who's like, I feel recover in some sort of way. So do take from that what you will, Saggy, because this could be how two different people are thinking as well. Moving into the center, we have the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. Now, all aces are opportunities. Technically, in this Four of Cups, that's the Ace of Cups as well. So we have a lot of opportunities around the Sagittarius collective. Can you see through the mist? Can you collect those opportunities? There's so much thought going on here. Now, the Ace of Swords, it could mean a lot of things. It could be cutting certain things out of your life, cutting certain people out of your life, looking at something sharply, honestly, truthfully. Now, aside from the mental, this can also be communicative. This could be speaking, conversation, messages. So having that straight, like, open dialogue when we have this, like, it could be serious situations too, but when I see this Ace of Swords, I think of someone having a very straightforward, honest type of dialogue. So maybe that's something that needs to happen in this time. Now, as we press to the back, because once again, it could just be a whole bunch of different mental energies, and even the energy I'm feeling off these cards right now is almost a little overwhelming in the mind. It's hard to verbalize. But the Hermit on the back end, you might be connected to a Virgo. And you see the card, it's interesting. This is a double-edged sword, literally, because it could be someone that is very wise. You could have an extra big interest in things like philosophy, spirituality, hermeticism, spirituality in general. I love the Hermit for that. It's extremely wise. But once again, it's withdrawn. You might be withdrawing or pulling back from something. You might literally be in hermit mode, right? Just like staying in, minding your own business. I was getting that little cabin fever-y type of energy with that very first card. This is cabin fever here with hermit mode, whether it's purposefully, whether it's not purposeful. And in some rare cases, it could even be loneliness. But when I see the Hermit, we really want to clarify, because there could be a lot happening here with this card, whether it is spiritual or within oneself, because we have communication, but this Hermit could be blocking that down. There could be someone you don't want to talk to right now. But let's dive deeper. I want to jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for Saggy, please, my guides. Talk to me. Interesting. Totally different than last week's, that's for sure. Let's see what we got for Saggy. Yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Four of Cups. And as always, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Sagittarius, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind. Okay, Four of Cups. Let's see what all this mind action is about. Why is that Four of Cups here? Thank you. Oh. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of you could be having like really, like not too kind thoughts about work and money and things like that. There could be something when you're like, I just don't want to do that. All right, that's the first thing I'm feeling like right up front. Now, of course, it could be work and money related, but the intuitive message right here is like, I think about all that. I think of all the moving parts, and I don't even really want to bother. That's like a vibe I'm picking. Like, you can't be bothered, or you don't want to be bothered with something. Like, it's too much. It's too complex, or there's too much going on. I'd rather not. I'd rather stay in my bubble. That's like a vibe I'm picking up. So if you're having issues with an individual, that could be the mode they're in, like especially communication issues, because they could just feel overwhelmed. So watch out for this overwhelming type of energy as well, specifically with this Eight of Pentacles. Some of you might just hate what you do for money. You might hate your job or your money situation as well. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is like, no, I don't really want to work on that. I don't want to deal with that right now. So there could be that happening, like certain issues, like you're just not wanting to deal with it for whatever reason. Let's move over to the Ace of Swords, because that's where it could take a big change. Interesting. And once again, this is somebody staying in the realm of the mind for whatever reason. So why is that Ace of Swords here? Thank you. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady here. So you might be having certain issues with an earth sign when this shows up, especially like with the Hermit, now this. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow, steady, moving, and this is someone that might have their mind made up. For a portion of you, you may have made some sort of final judgment or final decision on something. Like, all right, I know what I want to do. That's it. End of story. Like I'm getting a vibe here of someone either saying, I'm going to do what I say and say what I do. If I said it, I meant it type of energy. Take from that what you will. But it is also a little energy of stubbornness. So there might be someone you're connected to where mentally or even verbally, They stick to their guns, whether good, bad, or indifferent. This individual right here, when they say something, they do it and they mean it. All right, so maybe that is something that's happened with you recently, where you've said something and you mean what you say, and they're going to stick to it. I'm going to, because that's a communication card as well. Hopefully that's not some sort of harsh talk or conversation, because it could be had. We're going to go in on the Hermit, see how this all ties together, because these are interesting vibes. Could be people in different routes as well, because like I said, this energy in the front is someone that's like, I can't be bothered, I don't want to be bothered. This one in the center feels very dedicated as well. So let's go in on that Hermit. Opposite energies here. So why is this Hermit here for Saggy, please? Yeah, then we'll do our recap before the shadow card. Talk to me about Hermit. Thank you. Okay, yeah, when I'm good and ready. That's like the type of energy I'm getting. We have the Four of Swords in reverse under the Hermit. Okay, for a portion of you, if you have recently been in Hermit mode, you could start coming out of that energy. If there have been blockages, if you have been like retreating or pulling back from something, and it's kind of giving me this energy of somebody being in a cocoon, like the change, the metamorphosis I've been referring about. With the Four of Swords in reverse under this Hermit, it's like, yeah, I will come out of this when I'm good and ready. I will come out of this mode, this phase, whatever you want to call it, this way of being when I'm good and ready. Okay, like I'll make a move. I won't be pressured. All right, so I am getting like this stubborn vibe. Notice we also have repeating fours in the spread now, so watch out for signs, synchronicities, and omens. But when I get the Four of Swords in reverse, I'm getting this overwhelmed energy as well. This is generally an action card. So under the Hermit, it could be somebody getting pushed deeper into reclusion or somebody getting pushed deeper into pulling back. So watch out for that. Like if you pressure someone too much, you know how they keep pulling back. So I'm picking up so much stuff here on the back end, like forcing someone's hand even. Okay, let's go through and do a quick recap, Saggy, because I'm picking up lots of different things here. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the Four of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Like I was saying, this is somebody that they're feeling a bit overwhelmed. I was picking that up on both ends, like something overwhelming. You might be going through certain issues or situations where there's so many moving parts that you just don't want to deal with it. It's like, all right, I can't right now. I can't think about all that. I don't want to think about all that. For a portion of you, this could be some rough and tough feelings for work situations or money in general as well. But moving to the center, complete opposite of what we have here on the front. We have the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles in the upright, very slow and steady. Hopefully you're not having issues with an earth sign here. But yeah, this is like a dedicated energy. Like I mean what I say. When I say something, I'm going to do it. Like this is a stubborn type of energy as well, whether it's a communicated one or a behavioral one. So maybe if you vowed to cut something out of your life, that's going to stand strong. Because this energy in the front feels a little washy. This one feels much firmer. It could also represent a harsh talk of some sort, especially with this Knight of Pentacles and that. They're both messengers. But moving to the back end, with all this stubborn energy in the center, we have the Hermit with the Four of Swords in reverse. And the vibe I was getting is like, I will do something when I'm good and ready. I will make a move. I will make an action when I feel it's necessary. This could also be somebody getting pushed further back as well. So hopefully nobody's pushing you away purposefully, even if they're not trying to do it. Because I can pick that up from there. Like someone forcing another person's hand, forcing their move. Okay, so do it that way you will. We have a lot happening here. Repeating numbers and all that. Please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card. Interesting spread this week, Saggy. Because there is so much happening. Shuffle it up and see what's in the shadows for you, though. What is in the shadows for Saggy? And I did also mention that this feels like a cocoon of some sort, transformation, energetically. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. What's in the shadows for Saggy? I'm using the Shadowland Tarot for this portion. It's my favorite shadow work deck, whether it's something you don't quite see or something within yourself. Okay, yeah, we have the Five of Cups. This is an inner sadness, and all human beings have an inner sadness, even if they don't show it from day to day. The Five of Cups is the River of Tears. There's a good portion of you where in recent days, recent weeks, you might have shed a few, right? Shed a few tears. And I'm also getting this odd one. There might be another portion of you that are incapable of doing that for whatever reason. No judgment here, but I know for some individuals, it's much harder for them to cry. Even if you feel like you need to, you feel like you want to, for a portion of you, a good cry sesh could be really what the doctor ordered. I feel like I need to say that. But the Five of Cups is that inner sadness, right? We all go through these ups and downs. We all go through these times. It's part of the human experience. So when I see this, Spirit might be asking you to be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up about the feelings you have. And yeah, Saggy, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the February subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air sign readings. But for March, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is a new deck and it is absolutely awesome. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments out of this week's reading, which card spoke to you the most. At the end of the month, the winners will be in the community tab once again. My friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.